The girl was just 2 weeks away from giving birth. The doctor advised her to be hospitalized immediately, but after checking her bank balance, she hesitated. Feeling helpless, she sat on the couch in the hallway staring blankly. Just then, a cold and aloof man walked by. When he saw the girl, a strange flash of memory hit him. He then left with his assistant. But moments later, the assistant received a video. It revealed that before the man lost his memory, he was drugged and taken away with a girl, and that girl was the pregnant woman from the hallway. The assistant quickly realized the baby she carried belonged to the man. 9 months ago, the girl had been harassed while working at a nightclub, and it was the man who stepped in to help her. But after saving her, he suddenly collapsed. Someone had drugged his drink. That night led to a one-time connection between them. The next day, he had to leave for urgent business, but left a note asking her to meet him at the Civil Affairs Bureau. Just then, the girl got a call from her foster father, who told her she was being forced to marry an old man, so she chose to go register marriage with the man. But what she didn't know was that the man had a car accident on his way and completely lost all memory of her. She waited at the civil office until closing, only to leave heartbroken. A few days later, she found out she was pregnant. To raise her child, she worked tirelessly to make ends meet. As her due date approached, she resigned and returned home to rest. But as soon as she stepped into her house, she saw her second uncle's family sitting in the living room. They made a mess of her home, and even ordered the heavily pregnant girl to serve them tea. Despite her discomfort, she obeyed out of respect. Knowing she was about to give birth, she asked them to return the money they owed her, but they scoffed at her and claimed they had raised her for years, so the house should belong to their son. Turns out her parents died early, leaving her a house and a large inheritance. Her second uncle adopted her for the money and often abused her. Now eyeing her last possession, they refused to back down. When she disagreed, her aunt slapped her hard across the face. Tired of being mistreated, she quietly returned to her room. Staring at her parents' photo, she cried in silence, but she reminded herself that she still had her baby and her beloved pet duck. She told the duck they had to protect their home, so neither the child nor the duck would end up homeless. The next day, she returned to the hospital for a checkup. The doctor once again urged her to be admitted, but she could only sigh after seeing her remaining balance. Meanwhile, the man was at the hospital for a follow-up. After the accident, he lost his memory. As he stepped out of the consultation room, he saw a familiar figure. Just then, his assistant received the surveillance footage from 9 months ago. They finally confirmed the baby belonged to the man. He immediately ordered everyone to find the girl and asked the assistant to investigate her doctor. Meanwhile, the girl returned home, only to find her duck had been cooked into soup by her aunt. Furious, she tried to confront her, but the aunt shoved her onto the balcony, locked the door, and threatened that unless she signed over the house, she wouldn't be let back inside. At that moment, the girl's belly suddenly cramped. For the sake of her child, she signed the deed, but even then, her aunt still refused to let her in.